All right, so now that we have worked with sub accounts and saw it in action, let's move on to the second demo, which is spend permissions. Now, I think there is a pretty decent documentation regarding it. You just have to go to base docs, and in the base account section, you have the use spend permission. But I think so. There is a general flow to it. I don't know if okay. So I think I'll just show you like the flow, like the overall flow of what we are trying to do, right? So yeah, okay. So what happens is you have, let's say you are the user, you have your account, and you are giving permission to somebody else. Let's call him the spender, right? To spend some amount from your account. So what happens is you have the user, right? Which is you. What you do is you create an object called the permission object. Now the permission object basically contains everything like yeah, so the permission object contains everything, the address of the spender, the amount that you're giving permission to spend, the timeline within which you have to spend, all those kind of things, right? And you also using the EIP 712, the EIP 712, you will actually sign this and create a signature, right? So yeah, you will create a signature, right? So you have, so as a user who owns the amount and the account, like the account from which the spender is going to spend, you create these two things. Like I'll just mark it with different colors. Okay, right. So now you will hand both these things to the user. Oh, sorry, the spender, right? So you will just send this, both these things to our spender, right? Yeah. So this is our spender. Now, what the spender does is there is actually a contract in the base network, like both the testnet and the mainnet, called the spend permission manager. Like I'll show you the contract. So what this contract does is it's basically the registry, right? Once the spender gets these objects, the spender has to put this on chain. So the whole permission object and the signature creation, it's completely offline. Like the user doesn't have to spend any gas and stuff, like it's completely offline, and it doesn't have anything to do with the chain. So think of it like this. Like the best analogy is like how you give your friend a check. The friend takes it to the bank, which is sort of like the registry or the authority on it, and the bank will allow you the money based on what is given in the check, right? So that's generally what happens here. So you are giving the permission object and the signature. The spender will take both these things and just put it onto the chain, right, via the contract. So we'll just put this as the chain, right? Okay, this is the chain, right. So the spender will put this permission, means officially register the whole spend permission on the chain, and then based on the permission, like there is a spend function that the spender can call, which again, which is part like once it's on the chain, he can call that spend function, and think can I write it? Yeah, spend function, and so like it's via the manager contract, and he gets to spend the amount that is there in the permission, right? Based on the permission object. So this is the general flow. It's just like how you give your friend a check to cash out in the bank, and how the friend can use it, right? So this is the general flow. Now, so what we're going to do is like again, if you're building a complex application, you might miss out the whole flow. So I'll create a very simple UI that gives you the, like you can connect your wallet. You'll be the user. You can connect to the wallet, and like the UI will generate the permission object and the signature for you. And then we'll just create a script for the spender, like which will be a separate account, maybe something from our MetaMask or something. And the spender via the script will put the whole thing on the chain, like via the register contract, and we'll also spend some money, right? So yeah, so that is the general idea. All right, so that now you guys have an idea of what we're going to build, let's just go ahead and build. So I have this folder. Let me just open the terminal there. I'm going to create a new folder inside it, or yeah, let's just use the npm. So again, I'm going to use the Vite framework. So Vite latest, and the folder is going to be base spend permission demo. Oh, sorry, demo. Yeah, template is going to be React, right? So yeah, nope, nope. Okay, cd base and npm install, and we also have to install a couple of basic stuff that we did with our other demo too. I mean, nothing serious like the base account, SDK, and of course VM. Okay, let it complete. 1 second. Okay, so I'm not going to use like Tailwind for this one. I'll just uh, you know I think in the app.css, like you can find the code like um, on GitHub. Like I'll share it, so you can just copy the app.css, or you can create your own, or you can use uh, you know you can use your own stuff. Like again, I don't particularly focus on the UI part. It's more of the functionality. So yeah, you can create your own UI. It's fine. I'll show you mine. So yeah, so that is basically it. I'll just delete the yeah, assets folder, and I think we're going to create the whole thing by ourselves. So we'll just start this. Uh, yeah, RAFC. There you go. Oh wait, was it RAFC? But yeah, I think no. Yes. Sorry. Yeah. So yeah, now this is a cool trick. It's a shorthand for getting this whole thing. So yeah, we are going to import a couple of stuff, and let's see how we can create the whole thing. So this is going to be a front end, which will give us our, um, you know, the signature and the permission object. I think we need to create a new .env file, make sure that it is inside the folder, and within the .env, I'm just going to say, so, right, we'll have a backend script, so I'll just call it the backend wallet address. This is basically going to be our spender address. Now we need this because when setting the permission, we need to give this address. So let me just hide it. Sorry. Yeah, I'll just take this address, which is fine. So this is going to be our yeah, let me read the codes. This is going to be a spender, and our wallet, like when we connect to base, like the base account, that is going to be our user account, right? So we are going to give this address the permission to spend our money, right? So that is the whole idea. So yeah, now let's just go ahead and start with our app.js. Sorry, yeah, app.jsx. So yeah, we need a couple of stuff. First, create, it's still not, okay, import from what? Base, yeah. And we need to import the create, yes. All right. Now we need, why is it not, still not indexing the whole thing? It used to, but I don't know. Import, we need the base Sepolia from VM slash chains, and it's going to be base Sepolia because we need it. And from VM also we need a couple of stuff. VM, and which is to pass ETH, yeah, the pass ether, and of course, just like last time, we are going to import dot slash app dot css so that we have all the pre-built stuff. And Yeah, I guess we need the use effect and stuff from React. Use effect and use state. Yeah, I mean, basic stuff. Now, okay, so a couple of things are going to be pretty similar to last time. So yeah, I mean, I'll go over it, but yeah, a lot of stuff since we already built from the previous thing, like, a lot of these things are going to be pretty much the same. Um, like, for example, like all these states, like it's basically the same thing that we used last time. So we have like connected and set connected wallet, like if the wallet is connected or not. Then last time we had the universal account and the sub account. So here it's just going to be one account that we are going to use, which is our account. Then we have the SDK, which like once we initialize the SDK, we are going to set it. The provider, like once the SDK is there, we get the provider and the loading state. Now, the two things that weren't there last time is const. We can set the permission and set permission, right? Of course, it's to store the whole permission object. Oh, sorry. State, and I believe it's null. Okay. So the next is going to be cost allowance, like allowance and set allowance, which is going to be use state. Wait, 0.1234. Yeah, that's all I'm going to spend. You know me, right? So yeah, so the next part is like as soon as we set up or mount our application, we need we need to call the use effect and initialize the SDK. Same process as last time. I might have changed the name. Yes. So this is basically it. Like you have the initialize SDK. You create the SDK. You have your own name, logo. I don't think you need the logo. Fine. We get the base chain ID and we set the SDK. Like once we have the SDK, we're going to set it, set provider directly. Like we are not using the provider thing anymore, like the instance variable. We just get it like directly. We'll just console log it and yeah. So and the call the whole thing. Right. So this is the basic stuff like setting up the SDK. Now another pretty similar thing is going to be the handle connect, right? So the handle connect is also going to follow the exact same thing. But before that, I think, yeah, oh wait, okay, right. So the handle connect is also going to be the same thing that we did last time. We're going to check a few things like we don't need to create any sub accounts or stuff. So we make sure that there is a provider and there is an SDK. Otherwise, refresh the page, loading is true. We request a wallet connect. Now we're not requesting anything else. There is no sub accounts or anything. So we just get you know so yeah, we request for the connection to the base wallet, and once we have that, like we are going to get the accounts, and yeah, the first account is going to be the account that we are going to use. So this is going to be our what can I say, this is going to be what we call our user account, or yeah, the guy who gives the permission, right? So yeah, so we have it, and yeah, rest is pretty much the same, right? Like we'll just show the account and everything, and yeah. So the next part is the crucial part, which is about the next part is basically the crucial part where we actually go ahead and set or create the permission, right? So that is going to yeah, we need a couple of more stuff for that. The first thing is, I think we have given the wallet, but we haven't actually called the wallet thing. So const back and wallet. So import dot meta. dot wheat. Yeah, just copy it. Can make sure that the .env is in the same folder. Okay. So yeah, so we have the backend wallet. Give this name. Now another thing is, so since we are actually asking the user to, or sending the user permission to spend, we also have to give um, you know the token details, like the token that we are allowing the user to spend. So right now we are going to use the base, like general Sepolia ETH. So for that there is a token address. So token address is going to be like, this is the address, the general address. You can just check it. I mean, yeah. So if you go to the base, oh, sorry, the base Sepolia Explorer, there is this weird address. Ah, you can see this, right? So yeah, it like, so yeah, just put it as the ERC. Yeah, it has all these things, right? So this is the address, the token address that we are going to use, and yeah, yes, 20 tokens will obviously, right? Yeah. So yeah, we are going to put this address in our, yeah. So this is the address that we are going to use. This is the token address, and so handle connect, right? Okay, so once we have this, let's just go ahead and create our, you know, handle create permission function. So const create permission. It is going to be async and boom and boom and boom. Yeah, okay. So right. So if we need to check that the backend wallet address is there, because that is really, really important. Else we need to, if not backend address, we need to put up an alert so that the user is aware. Please set the backend of the spender address, right? And return. So we can only do it if we have the backend address, right? So yeah, then we'll just say set loading is true, right? Okay, so now again we're going to try and create the object. So here we'll just create const permission. Okay, so this object, I'll just copy paste the whole thing, and I'll tell you what each of them stand for. Okay, so this is the right. So yeah, so this is the whole. Okay. Object, you have the account, you have the spender, you have the token, you have the allowance, you have the period, which is in seconds, the start, like, the stat, end, all these things. Now there is salt, like you can just go to the, I'll show you, like there are like proper explanations to all this. You can see that, right? The start timestamp, this permission is valid, end, like, so salt is basically something that you add to make changes to this whole thing, data to differentiate unique spend permissions, right? So all these things, like you can have, like, all these are the major fields, uh, and you can say, like, extra data is like arbitrary data that is attached to spend, like maybe consumed by the spender. So we are just adding it as an object right now, and we have the token address and the backend wallet address and everything. So yeah, so this is the permission object, which has all the details. So this is basically what we are going to send the user. Yeah, like we can send the yeah, I think the allowance part we will create a small field for it. But yeah, so this is the whole thing, and once that is set, like it will be converted to ETH, and you can just set it, right? So yeah, so this is the first part. Now the next part is like we need to set up the domain. Like I'll share the code because you can't make mistakes here because that will just cost a lot of time. Okay, so yeah, so now this part can be a bit confusing. I mean, it's pretty much the same in a lot of ways. Like we are setting the application and everything, but you might see like everything is basically the same. Like we did it last time also. Like we have the version, the chain ID, the name, and we have something called as the verifying contract. Now this is the EIP 712, domain object, right? So what it does is it specifies the smart contract that is authorized to verify a type, message signature. So whenever somebody puts out the signature, this is the contract that is going to verify it, right? So this ensures that, like this field basically, this contract ensures that the signature can only be validated by the specific contract on a specific network. So it prevents like, replay attacks and a lot of things. So this contract is sort of like the judge, that verifies and makes sure that the signatures and everything is proper. Now we need one more object. It's called the types. A lot to type in, so I'll just. It's just for the validation part. Like I'll show you how to use it. But yeah, so this is the spend permission, and it has these following things. Like I know it's basically what we've given here, right? The name, spender, salt, all these kind of things. So this is the types, and like yeah, so when we put out the request for the signature, we will be using the types, right? Like I'll show you how this whole thing works. So next, we need to set the signature. So yeah, let me do that. So const signature. So this is how you create the signature. Again, the SDK is quite handy here. So await provider dot request, right? So the provider dot request, and we have to give the method, which is, let me just copy paste it. So it's an ETH underscore sign type data underscore v4. So this is the method, and then we have to provide the parameters. So the parameters include a lot of things, like I'll show you params. So we need to give the account, which is our account, and we need to put a JSON regarding a lot of stuff. So for example, yeah, I think I'll just copy the whole thing and show you. Just give me a second. Okay. Okay. So yeah. So you have the account, you have the domain, which we have given here. You have the primary types, which is like the spend permission. You have the types that is given here, and the message, which is the permission. So you are putting all that to get the signature, right? So yeah. So once we have the signature, what we can do is we can create const new permission, and this is going to be the object that contains both the permission and the signature, right? So yeah, now so we have the permission, which has both the permission and the signature, like which is the object that contains both. So we'll just say set permission and permission, right? So we have our permission, right? Like I'll add a quick JSON log so that. So the thing is, like we will put out this like permission so that we can see it, and we might need it. Like I'll just directly console log it rather than creating a UI element for it, so we can just copy it from there, and yeah, we'll just copy it to the backend script. So it just stringifies the permission, and it just gives you the signature, so we can just use it in our script, right? So yeah. Uh, so that is it. So the next part, I will just do the catch, the typical. error catches and stuff. Console.log. Uh, yeah, error is going to be error. Okay, and finally, you're just going to make sure that. Oh wait, yeah, uh, yeah. Finally, set loading is false. Right, so that is it. So we have our whole thing where, like, we are setting the permission. Like, I'll show you. So it's this thing, like, the SDK, like the account SDK, like with the provider and everything. It like really helps you with a lot of these stuff. Like, you don't even have to know, like, it's such a good one, like, because it abstracts away a lot of these complex stuff. So you just provide all the details for the signature, you just set it up properly, and you send it. Like, this is the permission object. So you just need to properly set it up, and you just send it, and it will give you the signature. Now the thing is, the next is the UI part. Like, I'll copy my own UI, and you can feel free to copy your create your own. So it's going to be pretty simple, nothing too complex. Like, yeah, spend permission and everything. So we'll just check, just like last time, if the wallet is not connected. Else we'll just if it is not connected, we'll ask the user to connect, which when clicked will run the handle connect function, where we'll just prompt the user to connect to the base wallet, right? And once the wallet is connected, we will just get the address. We will also show the backend wallet address, the allowance. So for the allowance, what we are doing is we are setting up a small field. You can see there is a label and a small input field that takes in numbers. So the change will be set to the allowance. So we can actually give the allowance that we want to send, and we have a button which says create permission, right? And once the permission is created, meaning the permission object is created, it will show the permission created stuff, the account, the spender, all those kind of things, right? So yeah, and it will just show us a small message to open the console and just copy the whole thing for our backend, right? So we'll just go ahead and create a backend stuff folder. I'll create a backend, right? So yeah, I'll just. All right. All right, so yeah, we have set up the backend folder and just initialized it. But yeah, let's just see. Let's just go ahead and see if our friend end, like the permission friend end, is running. Base. Okay. npm run dev. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Let's just check it. I think. Just give me a second. Let me just open the browser. Okay. Yeah. Localhost. I think something else is running. Okay, so we have the backend up. Right. Okay. So let's just go ahead and connect our wallet. You can see it will automatically prompt us to connect to our base wallet. I hate this. Okay. We'll just confirm, and there you go. So you have your address, which is like the E1D1, sorry, I mean 61D, and you have the backend wallet address, which is like FA6, which is our yeah, MetaMask one. So I'll just set up an allowance for, let's put it 5. But yeah, let's just create the allowance. So yeah, you can see transfer up to, yeah, you can see the allow spend permission, right? So we'll just allow it. So this again, it will ask us to connect to our device, so that, just give me a second, connect devices. Okay. So yeah, this will prompt us to sign this whole thing. And yes, so yeah, the whole thing is signed. So again, we just console logged it. You can put fancy stuff. All right, so we have the permission object and we have the signature. So this is what it looks like. Okay, now we are going to use this in our backend. So let's just go ahead and create our backend script and just copy this whole thing. So yeah, So in the back end, like we need a couple of stuff. Like we need a env, we need an rpc, and we also need the like I told you that there is a contract, right? Like the spend manager contract. So let me just create a .env here. Okay, right. So like I'll just copy two things. So okay, so this is the RPC URL that we're going to use, of course, like the base Apolia. Now this is the contract that I talked about. Like if you close this, go here, uh, yeah, base Apolia Explorer. You can see this. It's basically a contract. Yeah. So you can see this, right? Yeah, spend permission manager. So this contract will handle the whole registration of the spend permissions and stuff. So we need that, we need to access that. And one more thing that we need to do is, of course, we need to get the, oh, wait, account details. Yeah, we need to get the private key. So it's pretty simple. Just confirm, and we just have to hold it, right? But again, I'll just do it off screen just as a good practice. So yeah, so we'll just put the variable here, uh, private key, and I'll just copy it and save it, right? Just give me a second. Again, it's not that much because the whole account is, a developer account, but let's just not promote any. Okay, so wait. Okay, right. Cool. Yeah, so I have the private key and everything set up. So I have the base URL, the private key, and of course the spend manager account setup. So yeah, I'll just open this. So let it be. I'll just open this in the integrated terminal. Okay, so now we need to install a few stuff here. Wait, just give me a second. Right. So again, it's nothing again too fancy. It's just VM and .env so that we can pick up all these environment variables and interact with the node and everything, right? So yeah, so we've installed both these things. Now, I guess that's pretty much it. Yeah, so let's get started with our first script, which is approving the permission, right? So the approving the permission means that we are going to put the permission, you know, on chain, like register it. So I'll just create a new script. I'm going to call it approve permission. Sorry, .js. So yeah, I mean this script is pretty simple. It just okay. Yeah, so it just imports a few stuff from VM. So import from VM. Yeah, so this imports the create wallet client, HTTP, public actions. Okay, now we need one more from VM accounts. VM accounts, not account abstraction, accounts. Okay, and we need the private key to account. I mean, yeah, like we can. Okay, since we have the private key, I mean, it makes sense. We can use that. Yeah, I guess it's a safer way. So yeah, I mean, you think about it, but yeah, it's fine. Uh, oh, why do I? Okay, import. from Vim chain. Okay, and it's going to be a cost base Sepolia, right? And we need to import .env from .env, right? Yeah, sorry, I mean .env, right? Okay, so yeah, so first things first, let's just const account equals. We'll just create private key to account process dot env start private key, right? So we have the account, so we'll just create a wallet client equals create wallet client, put all those details. So it's account, chain is base Sepolia. So this we need to create the transaction. Transport, meaning where are we going to send this whole thing, or the RPC URL, http process dot env dot rpc, not prc, rpc URL. Okay, and we're just going to extend it. Extend. So if you want to check out what this does, you can just do this. And I think there is a feature in, yeah, it's the code action. So yeah, you just have to provide the public actions. I think it's there in like, it's basically a connection thing, like the HTTP connection thing. And we need the spend address const spend of it. Spend mission manager equals process dot env dot spend permission manager. I think that's the name on the env. Let me just confirm. Yeah, spend permission manager. Cool. Okay. So next, we need to copy the permission and stuff. So const permission. So what I'm going to do is just go to our whole thing. Yeah. So this is the permission object. I'm just going to copy this. Going to paste it right here. Okay. And we need the signature. So const sig. Now there are easy ways to do it. Like I said, I just need you guys to learn this whole process of how it works, right? So I mean, like, what are the different parts and stuff, because it's easy to get confused if you're building a really big application. So let's just keep it simple, and let's just see how this whole thing works. So yeah, signature is there. Now we need the ABI for the contract, like the spend permission manager. So this is the ABI. uh, you know it's about approve with signature, where we are going to put all these things. Like you can see, all the permission components are there, and we also need the signature. You can see the signature. So when calling this function in that contract, we need to provide the approve object and the signature, right? So that's what we are going to do. We are going to create a function, async function. Great. Yeah. Function main. Okay, it doesn't need any parameters, right? So yeah, so first const hash equals await. So we are going to write the write to it, write contract. So yeah, so this is how we are going to spend the I mean send the whole thing. So address is going to be the spend, like permission manager address. And so ABI, the function name is going to be this one right there in the ABI, approve with signature. And we have the args, which is going to be permission and of course signature. right? So yeah, so this gets the whole thing. We can actually do a bit of console log just to see if everything is proper. Console.log. Um, we can just say action sent, and we can put it. Okay. Console.log just so we get an idea. Waiting for confirmation. Okay. So we have that too. We can get the receipt of it equals await client dot wait for transaction. Oh wait for transaction receipt, and we just need to provide the hash. So yeah, I think we need to provide it in an object. Yes, hash. Okay. So yeah, so once we have that, we can just console.log. What confirmed in block, and we can just give the seat dot block number, I believe. Yes, block number dot string. Okay, right. So yeah, and we can just give main dot catch if there is any error. Console dot error. Right. So if there is any error, it will just directly go there. So let's just put the permission on chain. So let's just go node approve permission. Oh, of course. Yeah. Sorry. We need to give type type. Yeah. As module. Right. Package.json. Oh, dude. Sorry. Okay. What now? Undefined. Okay. So permission. Okay. Wait, let me just check how the private key is. Oh, wait. Okay, so while adding the private key, just make sure that you give the OX, like 0x at the beginning, otherwise it causes this, you know. Okay, okay, if it's causing issues, maybe we can directly give the account. Let me just try that. I mean, uh, just let me check it for once. What's the issue here? 1 second. So I think it has to do a bit with, of course, oh, dude, I forgot. It is not getting it because of the config. Oh, wow. Why did I forget that? Yes. So sorry. It's not picking it up. Ah, there you go. Okay, so it's waiting for transaction confirmation, confirmed in block. Yeah, so this means that this transaction is sent, meaning like if you go, like we have successfully added the whole request. Like, so our whole thing is basically on chain now, right? Meaning like you can see this, right? So to this contract, like our spend permission manager, we just put out the permission, we registered the whole permission. So next what we can do is we can spend, right? We can actually spend the whole thing, right? Like the whole thing. But so the thing is, there is a spend permission function just like this one that we are going to use and see if it works, right? So I'm just going to, like, we can just check the balance right now, just so we know. Yes, I don't think it costs that much, but yeah, I think it's 124 rupees. So yeah, let's just go ahead and create our spend permission, which is to spend the whole thing. Spend permission dot js. So this is how we're going to spend the whole thing, right? So again, we are going to need, I think it's pretty much the same stuff as this one. Uh, yeah, I mean, a lot of this stuff is pretty much the same. We can just create a, you know what? I think what I'm going to do is, okay, so this is the main function. Yeah, I'm just going to change this because it's the same. I don't think we need to create a separate one. We'll just delete this. And because a lot of these things are pretty much the same. So we just need to give the amount to spend thing and we just need to change the ABI. So I'll just call this one. Okay, so this is the approve ABI, right? And yeah, we'll just, yeah. So we'll just create a new ABI, which is called, oh sorry, const spend ABI, spend ABI, right? So here again, like I'll just copy the ABI. Okay, so yeah, so we have like everything is the same. We just need to set the amount to spend, which we will. I mean, it's not that much of a problem. Okay, so right. So what we are going to do is we are going to create another function, async function called spend, right? And what we're going to do is we're going to spend some money. So const amount equals parse ether. Oh, I think we will. Oh wait, did we? Oh yeah, we need one more thing. We need the parse ether. Sorry. So yeah, parse ether. Where is it? Yeah, okay. So yeah, we need this. So what we can do is we can use this to pass the amount, which is okay. All right. Yeah, parse ether. Okay. So the amount is going to be something like I don't know, 0. Let's just try 0.01 and see what happens. This is not the amount that we've signed up for, but let's see what happens, right? So again, it's the same thing. So const hash equals await client dot right contract. It's the same thing. So address equals spend manager, and we're going to put the spend ABI. Okay, spend ABI. Uh, the function name is actually spend. It's spend, and what else? Args. So we need to make sure that we have the permission and of course the amount. Oh yeah, the amount, right? So yeah, everything else is basically the same. I'll just copy it from here. I think that's intent. Yeah, I'll just copy it here and remove the comments. Okay. So yeah, let's see if this works. So for that we need spend and dot catch in case of any error, console dot error. Now there will be errors. I'm counting on it. So yeah, because yeah, you'll see. Let's see. Oh boy, what's it now? Okay, so I think it's because we have given it yes. I'm sorry, like the parameter name is different. It's not ABI, it's spend ABI. So we have to give this here. So yeah, Ish. So sorry. And apparently, oh wow, right. So yeah, I mean, you can see. Okay, unable to decode signature. Make sure. Okay, what is the issue here? Oh, X. Okay, so yeah, I mean, I figured. Okay, so I think I figured out the issue. It's like the thing is we have to give the proper name here. Like since it's not spend ABI, we can't just put it like that. We have to put the amount. Now I believe like uh, if we run it, we are going to run into an error. Yes, spend this, and the reason is we are spending way more than what we have actually set for the whole thing, right? So we are going to add a couple of zeros to it, and then try and run this function again. There you go. You see that, right? So it will revert if we are trying to spend more than that. Else, only if we specify the proper, amount, will it allow us to spend that amount. So that's basically how you give, spend permissions to account. Like you can check the balance and everything. But yeah, it's going to be the same thing, right? So this is basically how things work. So this is how the spend permission works, and I think we have already covered the uh, you know sub accounts. So it's pretty simple in a way. Like it's actually a way to create seamless experiences. Like you don't have to sign everything. You don't have to uh, you know handle all those wallet pop-ups and stuff. You just have to carry on with your application without any of those hindrances. Now it's pretty easy when you look at it from a functionality perspective. And I guess you guys understood based on both of these demos. So you can use these concepts and build something cool for yourself. I think we have our other demo running. No, it's the same thing. Okay, so yeah. Anyway, you guys can just go ahead, take these topics and build something cool for yourself. Like these things can be especially useful when you are building agents and all those kind of stuff. So yeah, uh, build some cool stuff and see you on the next day. All right, I think it's day 5, I believe. So yeah, let's see. All right, guys. Bye.